it up, back it in so I can begin.
I will never turn that off.
You better not.
I think at one point I was like, Marvin, do you want me to turn it off? And like thinking that I should because I think it annoys him a little bit when he hears it. But it's too golden not to do that. I just can't.
Yeah.
So, how you been, brother?
Good. Today is a new Taylor Swift album day, so I'm great.
Oh, are you a big Swiftie?
Yeah, I gave in. I only listened to it once, but it's fun. So great. She doesn't I don't take off work for this kind of stuff the way a lot of people apparently are doing. But you have to find joy in life where you can, because the world can be terrible and awful. And I enjoy her, and I'm not making any secret about it. If I was like a teenager or even in my 20s, I'd probably be real ashamed. And I'm like, fuck it. If you don't like it, fine. She gives me joy. She writes catchy songs.
I listen to all different kinds of music. I like Metallica. I like Korn. I like a whole bunch of things. I even have Rihanna and Pink on my playlist that I listen to regularly. Right.
Whatever you like.
So we're at the gym yesterday, me and my wife, and what was it? Oh shit! It was an 80s song, oh God, with a piano. It was really popular in the 80s. I'd have to look it up, but The Promise. Do you remember that song, The Promise?
I think so.
The Promise. Oh, so I'm not even gonna try to sing it. But I listened to it. I'm like, you want to hear what I'm listening to? She goes, why are you listening to this? I said, because it's a really good 80s song. She's like, you're just so wrong. There's something wrong with you. I'm in the gym jamming out to The Promise from Erasure or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, all right.
Something. Yeah. I don't think it's Erasure song. I'd have to look it up, but it's.
I think I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah,
I was thinking more of a Billy Joel type of piano.
No. We're talking British. Erasure. I loved Erasure. I knew you were a Cure guy, but I loved Erasure.
Oh, yeah. When in Rome, The Promise.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Freaking love that. No, I love Erasure. I just did an Erasure song at karaoke last Saturday night.
Dude, one of my favorite things.
Not easy to do.
You gotta get that girl voice a little bit in there. High pitch, pulling your Taylor Swifties. I used to love a band called Flesh for Lulu.
Yeah, I remember them.
Oh God, I love that band. There's one album they have out. I don't even know the name of it. I can't tell you any names of the songs, but if I hear, I know every word to every song on the freaking album.
That's so funny. I never got into them. They're Flesh for Lulu and Gene Loves Jezebel are both interchangeable in my brain because I didn't listen to either, and they both have a something name.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Yeah. There are certain bands that I did not get into when I was young, and then I got into them later. And really, before I was obsessive about the model stuff, I was very obsessive about the music stuff, collecting B-sides and bootlegs and all sorts of shit. And I like the progression that a band does over its lifespan. I love hearing a demo and how they changed it to the studio recording, and then how it evolves live, that kind of shit. And it was just very interesting to me, to get into a band like XTC, because I knew who they were, but I just never listened to them when I was younger. And then they really resonated in 2001, 2002 for some reason.
Mm.
And then I got to listen to all their old albums, and I like to start at the beginning when they're a little proto-punk, post-punk, and then turned into they stopped touring because the singer had this horrible stage fright that crippled him, so they became a much more
That's kind of a problem if you're a lead singer of a band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It made it work, but it was I can't imagine how upset I would have been had I been a hardcore fan in England, and suddenly my favorite band's we're never touring again. I got into Kate Bush in 1987, and she had stopped touring in 79 when she was a teenager or whatever. She did one tour, and that was it, because she hated. I think she just didn't like it. Or
it happens all the time now, though, Jason. Bands will break up And then they'll get back. They'll realize they don't make money anywhere else, and then they'll get back together, like, and do like a Motley Crue, Vince Neil, old man, so like, where
The
like
reunion tour where they wheel them out.
Guns N' Roses, where they those two, they should not be back together.
Well, yeah, but then you've got like the Rolling Stones who are in their like 80s, late 70s, and they're still. Or are they done? Are they finally done?
Who's that?
I know the Rolling Stones.
I think they're done.
I don't. Yeah, but like until they were done, I don't know if they ever stopped or broke up. They just kept going.
No, they just
wild.
got done touring. They couldn't
Like
move their
physically.
petrified bodies very much anymore.
I feel that.
They roll them out as mummies, you know, like they did with Ozzy.
Although, I have to say that, like, I'm like, what day is today? Thursday?
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
Today's
Friday. I'm like 11th. I'm 3 weeks out of the back brace, and I'm feeling good. Like it's pretty nice. Like it's cool to go from like, oh fuck, I'm decrepit, to like, oh, I feel like I'm in my 30s. Like
I've been in my this whole week, man. I can't even fucking lay still. My back is bothering me so bad. But anyway, let's we haven't addressed today. We're just listen. We just got on. We're just. I just was like, fuck it. Let's do a show. We
you
have
sounded
not.
bad last night.
I've been bad for a little while now. Like I haven't felt like doing shows. I haven't been in my garage hardly at all. It's you can tell that I haven't been on at all because people like they don't know that I don't do STL files. You know, like people asking me like, is that like, I put something up and they're like, is that a file? And I'm like, you don't know.
Everybody just wants it to be easy. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so, like somebody, I have no idea who it was, and I'm not picking on somebody, but I put up my Sandcrawler, and they're like, "Is this a Randy Cooper?" I'm like,
Oh, I read that, and I was like, "Oh, he's gonna be so sad." No, I get that. I mean, like, I cannot tell you how many times I have like you pour your heart and your soul and all your money into some horseshit model that's gorgeous and wonderful, but somebody looks at it and they're like, oh, is that a polar light or whatever, and then you just want to crawl into the cave, die.
It's like a given that as soon as you put something up, somebody's gonna ask, can I get the STL file? It's like,
oh yeah, and then they get really angry when you say no. Yeah,
because I don't do 3D printed models. I just don't.
Or the guy does his own 3D stuff and he gets like furious that you can't give him photos. Like they assume that you have reference, and sometimes I do. But if I have learned over the years that if I have photos that I can't share, I just don't tell anybody I have them, because then they don't know to ask for them. And there was a certain French Canadian who asked me early on, like, hey, can you help me with da 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 da? And I was like, you know, there's the guys making shit and selling it, like, for in certain ways that are like a little more palatable than the guys who are just cranking out stuff constantly and not thanking anybody and not like giving anybody credit and not caring if it's, you know, accurate or not. There is a market for that. That's fine. I totally get it, but I don't want to participate in that end of it.
Without saying, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we all know. I politely declined, and he went fucking nuclear on me, and I'm like, all right, I read the room right.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah. Well, that same person also, I won't say who he went after.
I don't care. You can say, I mean, they're going to be mad at you? Like, they're
I don't really care, but I just like, I know a lot of people use his stuff, but he got really mad at another member because he was he printed up like 1 or 2 of his models of his files and painted it and sold it. And he's like, you can't sell my file. You can't sell my stuff. You can't commission my stuff and sell it. And I'm just like,
sure shit can. Once it's out there.
You put it out there. You stole all the IDs to begin with, you know, like
every month I give an STL file, a series of files, whatever, a design away on my Patreon, and I know a day will come where somebody has built it and sold it and bravo. I mean, like once something's out in the world, I have
no, it does make us. It does piss us off a little bit. Like
I have learned over the years to like not like so I can choose to be angry about it, like not getting my slave one for 3 years. I can choose to be angry about it, or I can choose to just accept that it's probably never gonna fucking happen. And
I think it'll happen. It's just a matter of time.
no, it's not gonna happen.
But well, the thing is, like John. Okay, so Marvin's probably gonna join us in like 10 minutes. John's supposed to join us, but he might be taking care of his place away from 50-mile-an-hour winds. So I don't know. Yeah, I guess there's a storm coming. So we'll see. Probably won't. He might probably pop in and then pop out. But I really like I haven't done shows because I haven't. And even this morning, I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, it's just like honestly, like it's a struggle when you have a lot of stress going on in your life. You would think that it'd be easy just to like get into the shop and drown out all the crap that's going on in your life with your models, but it is not that easy. Like, I find it insanely difficult to be creative and use my brain in that capacity when I'm so stressed about what's going on in my life.
Yeah. So I would love to talk about like drive, determination, depression, intent, the muse, like all that stuff, because it ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
And okay, so my thoughts, I mean, I could talk for hours on this stuff. I've always joked with my friends that, and I don't know, you probably have heard me say this, there's in fact, Lisa and I have distilled it down to a fake animal called the unweasel. That is a weasel that gives you ennui when it bites you. So you've been bitten by the unweasel.
Okay.
That's just a fun married couple joke. But that's kind of how it feels sometimes. Like, and there's this post-Wonderfest malaise that is crippling.
It is.
And like I will grind all year low level. Like right now is the time of year where I'm definitely laying some foundations for some really nice shit that I'll bring to Wonderfest. But I'm also kind of fucking around and like having fun and not worrying about a nebulous, nefarious deadline, you know. And for me, every year that's the show, and it's motivation, but it's also like interesting because what happens is I work and I work and I work, and the closer it gets, like once January 1st hits, you'll see me on Facebook like, hey fuckers, there's only 5 months to Wonderfest, and you know, like it's time, start gluing stuff together because you're gonna rush at the end like you always do. And we all joke about it, but it happens. And I know everybody's got a life and shit happens, so I'm never pressuring anybody, but I do like to remind people that time flies a lot faster than you think. And yeah, and oh my god, yeah, you look at your hand sometimes, you're like, who's this old man I see before me? You know, like, oh god. But like, it's interesting, you so motivated to share your things with your friends. And it's, for me, I also, quick sidebar, at some point in the past 10 years, I realized I wasn't hungry anymore in the way I was before, where I didn't have anything to prove to myself or anyone else, because I got so much farther in this scene than I ever thought I would, and like had accomplished all of my like unconscious, subconscious goals, so to speak. And that was very freeing, because it's not like the passion went out. It's just, I was just doing it for I don't want to say more pure reasons, but like, I was just doing it for me.
Yeah.
And like that became like crazy. So like, you know, you've got this like in a positive way. So you've got this like push, and I'm just building to share with my friends and to have fun. Like, I'm not trying to like strut. Whereas in the past, I probably was absolutely trying to do that or prove something. It's like, you know, all that shit's fallen away over the years. And it's just, I want to see my friends. I want to eat good food, and I want to like share the cool things I made and talk about stuff, because we all share the same thing and everybody lives far away.
Right.
That's pretty much it.
I don't think I've ever been to the point where I think I've always done this just because it's something I wanted. Like, I just never felt that drive. Like, I know, like, I don't like, I almost
prove to myself.
Yeah. And I feel like it's just things that I want to build. You know,
Yeah.
it's not even like of course I've got to keep this Facebook group going, right? So and when you know and when I
That
don't
has done amazing things, by the way. It's the
what's
glue
that?
that's holding a lot of shit together.
I'm sorry, say it
Nerf
again.
Nerf herders is the glue that's holding a lot of the scene together in a way that hasn't ever happened um, successfully before.
Yeah. And I have
And I
I
think also it might be because like we're older and wiser and less prone to fighting. A lot of us, anyway. Like,
yeah, well, sometimes you gotta like
I mean, sure, people are people, but
um but like I just I don't know. I really like I had to keep it going in the beginning, but like now it kind of keeps itself going and what I
Mhm.
feel like like it's brought a lot of people who weren't working together before
Yes.
and that may and we're like things are happening that we never thought would happen, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
and that's the main thing about the whole group that has really made me happy about it. Like
Yeah.
I I I mean I put stuff on there and hopefully it doesn't seem like I'm just like, "Hey, look at my shit." You know, I kind
No,
of
you're
put
sharing.
I'm sharing and I'm also like I'll post like a picture of this thing every day, like just so I can keep, you know, content flowing on it, you know,
Mhm.
and it pretty much keeps itself going for the most part. But you know, like you got to feed the bear a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's been a struggle for me lately. Like it
Yeah.
really has. And I'm sure people have noticed that I'm not as active and I'm not like there's hasn't there, I think we've done 2 shows in like 2 months. Uh
Yeah. It comes and goes.
yeah.
What will happen, I feel like what will happen is something will pull you out of it because you get like I was hoping Little Tuna would like keep the momentum going.
It did. It helped a lot. That helped a
Good,
lot.
good, good. And that, there have been a couple things that have happened lately, like you said, community, that I don't know if it would have happened as easily without Nerf herders. It just
Right.
everybody being kind of drawn together. I mean, we've had and the things that we've had lately made available to everybody. Like when I think when I first started in this scene, it was like I hate saying it was like 25 years ago, but it was different. It was very walled off, and everybody was
Mhm.
very secretive and quiet and elite. And I think that's what drove the scene was so different from it is now. I think that's kind of why I felt like I had something to prove because I wanted in. I
Yeah.
wanted in the club because this
Yeah.
is what I wanted to do my whole life and you guys are doing it and you guys have been doing it like for 5 years more than me so
Yeah.
you're doing things that I was like, oh my god, you can make that, how? And they wouldn't tell you and then you're like, well, what the fuck? And they'd
Yeah.
say, well, you need to prove, you need to build something and prove it. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll build something and improve it.
Yeah.
And I did, but that's like a shitty way to run a
Kind of,
hobby.
yeah. I
It's a way to participate and it's a shitty way to interact. And because of that, those guys who stayed walled off are like either gone or missing out on a lot of opportunity. And I feel like the people that share, and look, I get it, you can't share some things, and sometimes you can't share like a kit ID because the person who told you was like, please don't say anything. I need to get 5 more of these, and they're already expensive. And you have to like respect that. Cool.
yes.
And that's another thing where you just like, I'm just not telling anybody I know about this until everybody's whole.
Right.
Um, and it always leaks, so it's like this will take care of itself without my intervention.
Yeah.
But the old phrase, "A rising tide lifts all boats," is so true. Like, if you work together and share, Baby Tuna happens. The Super Star Destroyer maquette happens. The Nerf Herder X-wing happens. I mean, like these are 3 things that did not exist a year ago.
Mhm.
Like really, I mean, like you guys beat everybody to the punch on the Star Destroyer, which was awesome.
Mhm.
Um, but and those things only happen because uh, people work together and people are nice and people know ILMers who recognize that we're doing it for not altruistic reasons, but like not shitty
Right.
take advantage reasons.
Not
Because those
personal
guys,
gain
yeah,
reasons. Yeah.
yeah, those guys have been burned a million times, but they also understand, like I got to make a couple bucks on this to pay for the resin or
Right.
whatever, and they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
throw me a bone, and you're like, all right, like I'll give you some money too. Like everybody's happy.
So let me just interject here before. When I first started in this group, in this hobby, you jump, like, I'm sure there's a lot of people who jump in and they're just they try to like chat with, let's say, you or with John, or like and I'm not saying you guys did this specifically, but back when I was trying to get involved in this, at that time it was a totally different temperature in the studio scale modeling thing. Like nobody
Before
really, yeah, well, way before, even before that. We're talking back when I was in Rogue One in the beginning, when I first had you on. It was like I couldn't get anybody to talk to me. I couldn't get anybody to, even sell me a kit. Like there were some X-Wing kits that I tried to get, and it got sold to somebody else because nobody knew who I was, right? So
there's a bit of that. Yeah. I mean, still there's still a bit of that, because it's like I don't quite know you yet. Let's talk first.
Right.
But
like when
that's out of abundance of caution, because everybody's been burned before.
Right. I understand that. But like Jason and we just started talking about it on Row One, right? And there really wasn't any like not Facebook, but just community talking about studio scale modeling. There was behind the scenes where everybody was in their little cliques, It
was just messages with friends. Yeah.
Right.
At that point. It was you guys on Rogue One and Collection Wars. Like Hawes was a very early rah studio scale guy, which I thought was really interesting. Yeah. He was very much a cheerleader for the scene in the very beginning, and he still is. But like I thought that was interesting. And it's funny.
That's how he came in, because like he was talking with us and we had him on, and then and he then him and
he got the bug.
He always had the bug, but then he had the YouTube bug and the social online presence bug. And then like we got a lot of we even got a lot of pushback from our co-hosts, like Matt and Steve. They didn't collect that stuff, and they didn't think we should be talking about that stuff on Rogue One, because
you had me on, and I had like tons of photos of early Master Replicas days, like pictures of the office, pictures of prototypes. He got to none of it. He was like, I don't give a fuck. And I was like, wow, this was,
dude, I can't tell you how angry I was that time. We got off the air, and I was like, what the fuck, Matt? Like, what? Like at the time, I really didn't have any. I didn't have.
Very rarely have I been in a room where like someone clearly didn't give a shit about anything that I was there for. And I was like, wow, this is like a really bad job interview.
Oh my God. He tuned out, and he was like, he held it on the back end of a probe droid picture. I think we literally got through 5 pictures that you had sent.
I had gathered so much shit for that too, because I was really excited, because people didn't really want to talk about that stuff.
Well, we were really excited to have you on. You were like our first studio scale modeling guest, right? And he checked out and was buying some stupid Mandalorian statue on eBay or something. And I'm like, what the fuck?
God, he was buying toys. Oh my God.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like when we first started talking about studio scale modeling on Rogue One, it was supposedly a high-end collectible group show, right? And to them, high-end collectibles was hot toys and statues and helmets. And we wanted to talk, like I wanted to talk about vintage figures, and I wanted to talk about studio scale modeling. I'm sorry, but I don't think there's any higher quality collectible than, well, maybe like a screen used piece, right? Okay, that might be a higher quality collectible, but like then vintage figures, right? Like and studio scale modeling, there's nothing higher than that, right?
I mean, like as far as like getting a studio scale model built by someone, even if it's from a kit, is like having Matt make a paint up a Iron Man from a resin kit or something. Like you're getting a one-off Matt Mrazek. Is that how you say his last name?
Who, Matt? Oh yeah. The guy from
he does top tier, incredible work.
Yeah,
you're getting a guy. You're essentially buying a paint master,
right?
From him. And like that is so different than buying something from a factory.
Oh yeah,
You know,
like it's so different than
so a
like
studio scale model by definition, if it's built by somebody and painted up by hand, is going to be better than like getting something
something
from
painted from China and you put on your shelf.
NYC. Yeah. I mean, you look at the NYC ones and you're like, that looks like a weird statue of a spaceship. Like,
Don't get me started on NYC. NYC is
but
a
you know,
whole.
I also know that that fills a need, a
Yes.
niche, whatever. Like somebody's like, I'm not paying $3,000, but I'll pay,
Well,
900.
dude, if you see the prices on NYC stuff now,
Oh, is it crazy?
it's crazy. It's more than the studio scale model.
I don't understand that.
I don't
But
understand it either.
okay, fine.
Yeah,
Good for them for if that means Joseph's sitting on a gold mine if he hasn't sold them already.
yeah, we talked about that. But you know, the funny thing is, after all that with you on that show, Matt is now building ATSTs and like, and I'm like, don't
He's
tell
building
me.
models.
He's building models here.
That's great.
It's
Good.
good, but like,
I mean, I don't. It's fine. The guy didn't care that.
yeah,
I wasn't offended. I was just kind of just like a little
yeah,
confused. Like, what's happening?
yeah.
Like,
But I don't know. And like I said, so nerf herders. I don't know. Nerf herders came out of just like I had enough of just opening a box and putting a collectible on my shelf, and like, and I was at first thinking to myself, I'm gonna buy these things, right? So I started buying John Simmons' stuff, right? And I
which
bought
is
quite a lot of
fantastic shit.
yeah. It's like in all honesty, I don't know if there's anybody who paints better than John. But
He brings that armor model aesthetic that most people don't have in the.
it's even more than that, dude. It's like he has that experience behind him, and then he does the ILM style,
Yeah.
but he doesn't like there's a lot of people who try to get exactly what the model looks like. Exactly.
You can't.
You can't. So at some point you have to get the major milestones, the parts that your eyes are going to draw to.
Blast
And then
marks.
blast marks, streaks, stuff like that. And then just he puts his own personal touch in there that I don't know anybody else who does. Like
Tom Spina has talked about that. It's like the spirit of the weathering,
right,
because he's like, I can't weather 900 maquettes or however many they make like exactly like the original, but I can do them all in the exact same style, and they'll look, for all intents and purposes, like the original.
Yeah.
Same hues, same wash, tonal variation, all that stuff. Yeah, that's great. I love it.
Well, I and then to go even further, I mean, Nerf herders is really just I got tired of asking permission to do stuff with a group, and I was like, I'm just gonna go full on studio scale modeling, and it originally intended it was mainly studio scale scratch building stuff, but like I realize 3D printing is a medium that a lot of people really enjoy and have at it. And honestly, like this group is not, you can't do one thing only. You can do whatever you want as long as it makes you happy. I don't personally like to do 3D printed models, but somebody else does. That's completely fine. We can still shake hands and have a beer afterwards, it's like,
there's still artistry in it. I mean, like printing a 3D file, building it and painting it is to me very much like buying a Nerf herder X-wing and building it and painting it. You're buying or printing a set of parts that you have to sand and manipulate and put together.
Right.
I don't see any difference except the medium.
Right.
And the end result can be identical depending on the guy wielding the airbrush or whatever.
Right.
I love 3D printing for hand reasons.
Yeah.
And it for me, it's taken the place of having a vacuum former, a lathe, a mill, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like making simple shapes or making really complicated stuff. Like there have only been a couple things that I take in 3D all the way to the end. I'm usually just using it as a helper.
Yeah.
Like like I was printing those little tubes. Those are just going to get stuck into a engine thing, you know. Whatever.
I mean, like I use, don't get me wrong, I use 3D printing. I have made hundreds of little hammerheads to
Yeah.
Put in this sail barge. Like,
Yeah.
there's the whole underneath is 3D printed parts that
Right.
kit parts.
Right.
I love building. I love building things. I don't really want to do a whole, and even resin kits kind of, I'd rather cut the styrene and put a chip on than I mean I have made resin kits before, but I prefer
you enjoy the making something out of nothing rush.
Right.
The scratch build rush, which
Yes.
is a heavy duty
Yes.
vibe. Yeah.
Yes. And it also is a very slower vibe, you know, like
Sure. Yeah.
you could put on 100 like little chips on something, and like let's just say I put it on Nerf Herders just to show. It doesn't look much different than the last 10 pictures that I put up, you know, of other things. You know what I mean? So it is not a lot of big boom, you know.
Yeah.
Thrill of
my coffee is hitting me. Can you give me a minute? I'm taking a coffee evacuation.
Marvin, where the heck has he been?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of people that said hi, so say hi back to them for a minute and a half or something.
All right, no problem.
All right, I'll be back in a sec.
Hey, Brian, how's it going? You know, I was putting up, I was looking through my pictures. I hope you're still there. Let's see if I could pull that up. It'd probably take me way too long to pull that up. But I was looking through my pictures, and I found one picture that I wanted to put up, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a great picture. Let's see. Nope, that's not the one I want. Oh, it's gonna take me way too long to find it. Damn. Anyway, hey guys. So I'm kind of just waiting on my own, waiting for Jason to show up, come back, and John's supposed to be here, and so is Marvin, but nobody's here. Hey Robin, how you doing? Oh, you're back already.
It's just me.
Oh,
the bathroom's like right there.
Listen, when you said your coffee hits you, I'm thinking that it's going to be the other one.
Oh, that's fair. No, not
because most people when they drink coffee, that happens to them. I don't drink coffee.
That's gonna happen at some point, but
yeah, in
right
like half hour when we're done talking.
No, this is old man hamster bladder.
I was just mentioning Brian when he came to Wonderfest. You weren't there. It was the night of the party. You got there later, and he brought.
Oh yeah, we were celebrating Chris Rife's birthday.
Yeah, he brought a training remote, and he had painted it with real flocal paint.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, the smell of that paint was just like.
Oh, that's why everybody's. Yeah, okay, I get
it. We were all sniffing it. It went around to everybody at the party, and we were sniffing it. And I found this picture on my on my phone the other day, and I wanted to post it in the group. And like it looks like we're sniffing drugs on
because everybody's like,
everybody's on it, like sniffing it. Because I never smelled like real focal paint before. It has a very good smell to it for some reason. Like,
oh, I love the smell of enamels.
So do I. It's bad.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
I was talking to one of the ILM fellas, and he said, "Oh, I don't really have a sense of smell anymore." And I was like, "Oh no, what happened?" And he was like, "Well, working in the shop." He goes, "But I think probably what it was is this one time I was painting the inside of a hemispherical dome with really smelly lacquer paint or whatever, and to look like a planet. You know, if you paint it from the inside, it's got that gloss of the acrylic on the outside to help." And he said, I was having trouble with the light, and I wanted to make sure it was, making it opaque or whatever. So I had like a little hood, and I just like went under it and was just painting and painting and painting for days. And I was like, so you were just in a chamber huffing the fumes? He's like, I'm pretty sure I did a lot of damage to my nose.
Yeah.
But like,
Hopefully it's not something else too, because
well, I'm not sure. I mean, yeah. Yeah,
but
there's
yeah,
certain white powders that fueled many science fiction films of the 80s.
yeah, I love the smell of enamel. And even like rubbing not isopropyl alcohol. I like to
Mhm.
smell that. I
Oh,
like
yeah, it
this.
smells like a dentist office when the wash chamber opens up.
Yeah, I don't
You
like the
should
smell
see
of
the new wash
acrylics.
chamber. It's so much nicer than that other one. Oh my
What'd you
god.
say?
I just got a new wash station because I'm gonna be getting
Uh,
a clean floor in a couple weeks or whatever, and
okay.
it's just bigger.
Yeah,
So I upgraded some of that gear. I mean, that I've had that stuff for like 7 years, I think.
really.
And it was starting to get pretty. I think the wash motor was starting to peter out. Bless you.
Thank you. I don't use my wash motor. I use little. You probably can't see them. Little bins behind me filled with alcohol, and I just use a brush. I don't really. I don't know. I have never made anything really big in my 3D printer. I've only
I'll be
just
able to make I'll be able to make bigger stuff. Not
yeah,
huge, like not like those Elegoo Saturn. Yeah,
right.
is it the Saturn or the I don't know, Jupiter or what one of the planets, and they can make like really big stuff.
Make really big, yeah. I'm a little surprised. Like I thought I use my 3D printer a lot. I did for this thing specifically. But like I'm a little surprised at how much I use my laser cutter than I thought I would. I
Yeah,
really I really thought it would just be um
bases.
bases and that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
No, it
it's
gets
so
used
much more.
everywhere in weird little ways.
Oh
Yeah,
my God. I
and
couldn't
once
believe
you
how
have
much
it in house, your methodology changes too. Because when you're making something, suddenly in your brain, you're like, I could laser this in half
right.
the time. Yeah,
Right, and make it
yeah.
look nicer. You know, I did cut something by hand the other day for the back of the thing, and I thought this would probably go easier on the laser. I had already cut it, and then I was like, "I don't feel like doing the measurements, so fuck it. I'll just cut it by hand and sand it." It worked, but
Yeah.
I guess Marvin and John aren't joining us.
Well,
That's about
fine. Yeah.
yeah. So tell me
They're
what
busy listening to the new Taylor Swift. That's
oh,
what's
that
going
must be they're in line waiting for it.
on.
I could see
Uh,
Marvin listening to Taylor Swift too.
it's a great album. It's more poppy. It's very
Mhm,
short.
mm.
It's gonna be I think the kids call it a banger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, whatever. But
Yeah, I don't see myself listening to Taylor Swift. I mean,
yeah,
I have heard some of her songs and I thought some of them are good, so I don't have anything against it,
I don't
but
know. Yeah, years ago, it was quite a while ago actually. My wife and I, we were just chatting about like day trips, like like you and your wife
Mhm,
recently took a day trip, and it's
mhm,
like it's kind of fun to like think, okay, what's in the area that we haven't been to before?
right,
And we're going to Longwood again in a couple months or a couple weeks,
right.
which is funny. We've never been there for Halloween. Anyway, I had said to her like, "There's all these snack food factories up in PA that I've never been to, and since I was a kid, I want to see like the Utz factory and the Snyder's factory." And she's like, "Do they give tours?" And I was like, I guess." And I looked online, and they do, or they did. Utz
Yeah,
has destroyed itself, and that factory I think is closed now. So but, Snyder's, I think, is still going strong. So anyway, I was
it
like,
is. I know.
we could hit them both in a day and get lunch up there or whatever." And she's like, "Let's do it. Let's take off work and do it on a Thursday so there's no kids." And we were both like, "Yeah." So we took a day off of work and had this amazing day in PA. But when we got in the car, she's like, "Do you wanna listen to Taylor Swift's 1989 album?" Because I think it was new. And I was like, "No, that's for girls," or whatever the fuck I was thinking. And, thing. Yeah.
Oh, you
And
wanna talk about
by the time we'd gotten to the first stop, it played like twice over, and I'm like, "Ah, fuck, I'm in, I'm hooked. She got me." So ever since then, yeah,
so speaking of day trips, you brought
yes. Oh
you
yeah,
reminded
yeah. So you found that on your day trip?
I did. Okay, so my wife and
That
I,
was weird timing.
it's our anniversary, right?
Yeah.
And I live in Pennsylvania, um, Eastern Pennsylvania,
Mhm.
and we decided like there's a like I always think of like Kentucky, how that main drag is in Kentucky, where there's a bunch of little shops and there's a bunch
Mhm.
of little really good restaurants, right? And
Yeah.
I'm always looking for places like that my wife and I can go, like Lancaster in
Kennett Square?
Lancaster. Yeah, I keep hearing Kennett Square. That's one of the places where we're thinking about going.
Yeah.
But we ended up,
Lancaster, Gettysburg. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple.
yeah, Lancaster has a lot of really good restaurants. My friends, we go down there with
Yeah.
my friends that live
Ew.
down there sometimes.
There's a
That's
brewery that we went to that I still think about how good that soft pretzel appetizer was, because sometimes they can be microwave, but this was like, I
right.
think, house made. Yeah.
But we decided to go to Jim Thorpe, right? And if you don't know Jim Thorpe is a very how do I put it gently? It was a coal mining company, a coal mining city,
Okay.
coal mining town. So like you kind of know what it's like now. It's a little rundown, and like that area, like upper northern Pennsylvania, has a lot of coal mining like areas.
The pit
And
stops you make in West Virginia where you're like, this used to
yep,
be vibrant,
right.
and you're a little
Yes.
sad. Yeah.
So we went there and we did the tour, and there was some nice shops and there were some antique shops. And I was like, I don't really think I'm gonna find anything in one of these antique shops, but I saw this one, and it was the only antique shop that I went into, because most of the time you go to an antique shop, it's just a lot of times it's just junk, right?
Yeah.
And it was closed the two times that I walked by it.
No.
And then when we were leaving, we were walking to our car. Miraculously, it was open. Okay. So
Sounds like the beginning of a movie like Gremlins, where the proprietor's
yes,
cursed.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, honey, let's go in. She's like, okay. So I'm walking around, and really I'm specifically looking for, like, I worked on that Hoss scanner.
Yeah,
Right.
you want a Graflex or a MPP or
No, I
something.
don't. Lightsabers don't do anything for me. I was looking for these little AM aerial plugs that go on the side,
Mm.
right? They're just open split plugs. And that's kind of what was in my brain. So I'm walking around, I go all the way around, it's like a big U, and right by the register, tucked in the corner, like almost behind two things, I see this fur. And I'm like, huh. And then I see the green canvas. And I was like, huh. So, and
Wasn't it like the next day, like when that person had posted about it?
no, 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 no. It was like a couple months prior
Okay, okay.
on the prop trilogy, the prop Facebook group
Okay.
that
I had only seen it like the day before you posted that picture, and I'm like, holy shit, he works fast.
well, that's because I asked, like, how rare are these things, right? And I still
Yeah,
have no idea. Like I don't care about the value. I don't know what the value of it is. I don't know how rare it is. I have no idea. I don't really give a shit.
sure. Yeah.
But the only reason I even knew what it was because somebody had posted it before. They found it in their grandmother's attic, and they're like, "Is this what I think it is?"
Yeah.
So it is on the dewback. They have four of these hanging off the side, like two in
Yeah.
the front, two in the back. It's a pack that they
Yeah.
used in A New Hope on the dewback. And I was like, holy shit, like I couldn't believe I found this thing, right? So a little bit more investigating, like this piece is very, very early World War II. Like it's
Okay.
like the very beginning, because then they changed models and they did away with the fur, right? And this
The
is,
strap was different.
yeah, the strap is missing as well. Like this
Yeah.
strap isn't on it. So like
Yeah.
this is the exact one and if you look at the pictures, you can see it's the exact
Yeah.
same thing.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
real freaking pony hair from a pony that's been killed like 90 years ago, like I was just like, this is so freaking cool. I don't care. Like I talked the lady down $50 on it, which was, it was 200. I would have paid 200 for it, but I was trying to get a little bit less.
Yeah.
But it turns out it's from 1938 or 39. I don't even know, and
You got the
the
dude's name on it. I mean, like, it's great.
yeah. But here's the
Yeah.
thing, like this is a World War II. I think it's German or it's Swiss. I saw somebody say Swiss. I
Yeah.
think it's German because of the name is like Weirnick or something like that back. How does this end in Podunk Jim Thorpe, right? Like how does that get there? Like
I don't know,
so
dude. One of the times I went to Gettysburg, there were 3 cases of very well appointed Nazi memorabilia. I was
really,
like, oh,
but like
maybe a soldier came home with stuff,
yeah, that's
and
what I think. That's what I
yeah,
think. There was a soldier who came back, grew old, and Jim Thorpe died, and his kids didn't know what to do with it, and just
yeah.
gave it to an
They,
antique shop.
I gotta say, when I was a kid playing Army in the dirt, in my grandparents' neighborhood, we had gas mask bags and all sorts of surplus World War II,
Right.
or surplus Vietnam. I think that hit more when I was in like high school, but
Yeah.
I had a bunch of World War II shit that grandparents had. Let's give it to the kid. We had the little flashlight with the red lens, so that the Germans wouldn't see you in
Yeah.
the
And
night.
I don't really get too much into the props. There's a few items that I like a lot.
That looks neat on the shelf.
It does. And
That's you.
honestly, like,
That's your Labubu.
yeah, I honestly like
For anything.
I like RS's busts too. This is the TIE fighter bust right next
Yeah,
to
like from the chest up
yeah.
presentation.
And
Yeah.
I'm thinking I want to get like a snow trooper a sand trooper bust from them because I've seen that
Ah,
in person. That's freaking amazing. The backpack with all the like plumbing pieces on the back.
I love
That's the
that
thing.
sand trooper. Oh man, that picture of the sand trooper on the dewback that's taken
Yeah.
from below, and it's a little wider angle, and he's got the lance from THX 1138 in his hand.
I
That
know I have
that
that.
is so. You have one of the lances?
No, I have a picture of the
Oh yeah,
dude.
yeah. It was in
Yeah.
the LP, the soundtrack.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
here's the split plugs
real
I was
pop.
talking about that I was looking for.
Oh, those aren't those also on the FET rifle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do I
These
know that?
these are different. The FET rifle is a little different.
Yeah.
These are a little harder to find because of these horizontal lines. Like
Mm.
I think somebody has found it and cast it, but it's one of those things where people don't talk about it because they
I
want to
remember
get them.
seeing that. Yeah, I remember seeing that actual prop in the Smithsonian in '97. I think is when that tour
Oh,
came around.
really? Yeah.
I took a bunch of pictures of it because I was like, that thing's cool, and I was like, I don't even know how to begin making something like that. And then here we
Oh,
are, all years later. It's like 2 soap
did you see,
dispensers.
did you see the one that I built?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I know, I love it. I just got to find all the top shit. Like the top stuff's the hard part to like. That's
That's a fun one.
It is a fun one. It's a nice little thing. You think it's bigger in the pictures than it is, but it's really not.
Yeah,
Like that and Luke's macro binoculars are something I'm interested in.
I made one
And
of those. I sourced the UMIG and the Calamar lenses and all that shit, and then sold it.
yeah.
Because I think I just wanted to build it, is what it was.
Yeah,
You
what
know,
happens is people buy a lot of the parts and they
and
plan on building it and they don't build it. And
that's
then
like
they sell it.
how many people are building big tuna? Like, I'm like, there's only like 3
Nobody.
or 4 people about that. Like, I get it. Like, you want the thing so you can build it one day.
Right.
I hope to see more builds. I want to see
Well,
more build it.
I'm dying to build it, to be honest with you. Like I'm waiting to build it. I'm ready.
That it's do it. I mean,
Yeah,
well, finish the part, I guess. Is
yeah, I
that
need some parts yet, but
you're like me, and it's like I gotta. If I'm making something big, I can't make 2 big things because I literally don't have the space to
oh
do
yeah,
that.
yeah, I can't make the space. And I like I said, I kind of want to build it from scratch. Like
Yeah.
I
Oh, right. Yeah.
the resin kit is beautiful. I started it, but I
You can use that resin shell as a guide.
reference. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, just
Yeah.
as a shortcut, a cheat
Can
sheet.
I ask you a question about the resin shell? So
Sure.
in some of the ref,
Oh, no.
I know the answer to this, but but some of the styrene chips like bridge over the. Was it a case of you had to move some of the chips over to make it flat so you could cast it?
Are there chips in the wrong spot?
No. Well, slightly, just slightly. You know how
If they're in the wrong spot, that's just user error on our files part. I don't think.
No, I think in order for you to cast it, you couldn't have an open space below.
Oh
So
yeah. I
yeah,
think a couple things were filled in for that reason.
yeah,
Yeah.
a couple things were slid just slightly over a tiny bit, just so you didn't
Mhm.
have that, like where the styrene plates come. There's that
Yeah.
valley, And there's a few areas where there's a chip that bridges those valleys.
I noticed in a couple spots, like detail was missing, and I think it was because of the vapor bath, and I just didn't. I figured on the back end I could just fill it in with chips myself.
Yeah,
but
yeah. No, it's great. I don't get me wrong. It's great. It's going to help me when I do mine.
It worked, for.
But like you said,
worked for most people, but
nobody's building them.
It's a beast.
It is.
It
happened with the Cantwell cruiser that we did last year with Andy.
He sold a bunch and nobody's built one.
Yeah, nobody's building them. I think like one or two people are building them.
I mean, again, do I have 30 billion different things sitting in boxes somewhere?
Yeah.
That happens. Yeah, like the like Little Tuna. I'm hoping that we have like a whole little fleet of minnows at Wonderfest. Like I hope 3 or 4 people show up with them, or 5.
That's deceivingly difficult a little bit with all the little chips and all the little spacers and building up.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's more difficult than the Superstar Destroyer, sure.
Yes, yes, it is.
I don't know. Is it difficult or is it just tedious?
Well, it's not so much. It's not difficult or tedious. It's just I got big fingers, like like.
All right, yeah, I can see that.
It's hard, and my vision isn't great. Like I know I need different prescription. Like, and I'm like trying to see this. I'm like, I can't fucking see these little chips because of I need new glasses. But it's so fiddly, and like it's just like you gotta cut a square, put another square on top, 020, 040, and then put that little tiny piece that you cut half of it and put it somewhere else on top of it. Like, what I'm talking about, right in the middle by the engines. Yeah. It's not difficult. Don't get me wrong. It's just, you need to look at it you can't just look at it straight on and say, all right, I'm going to do it this, and this. You have to like kind of angle and look at it from an angle to see the spacing underneath. And yeah. And finding the parts. Okay. You would think it would just be easy. Like there's 5 kits. There's literally 5 kits.
Oh, right? That little tube on the side that I scratch built, and then as I was like finishing up, I just looked over and I'm like, fucking right there. Like, and it's like, why did I not see that a billion times? Because I picked literally from that sprue. Like clearly that was sitting on the bench when Bill was building it, and he was picking parts from that sprue. Like
that specific sprue.
Yeah.
But like even like I struggled. I know this part is in this freaking kit. Like I'm looking at the sprues, and my eyes are going right over it. Like, and
I do that all the time. And then I'll ask Craig. I'll be like, "Hey, what is this part?" And he's like, "It's from the Flak 88." I'm like, "God, I feel embarrassed."
Well, like I messaged you like twice. I'm like, I cannot find these fucking parts in this, and I thought that I had used it, but I didn't. My eyes.
Yeah, I think I was like at the store when you did that, and I was like, I don't have access to my scans, but I was like, it's in the Leopold, I think.
Yeah. Well, most of the parts are from the Leopold, the Carl, and the 88.
Yeah.
There's a couple pieces.
Almost all of them. There's a couple pieces from the 223. Yeah. There's that little weird gun barrel that's way down in there that I think it's a gun barrel. It just looks like a gun barrel, but like I don't know what that is, and I just printed a piece of it.
Yeah.
Then
I mean, that could have been a piece. Have you looked at like the Rocco's? Like that might be.
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, and I had a couple people on, like on it trying to find it for me. Once there's nothing greater than taking a little slice and saying, do you know what this is, to like 5 different guys, and then it's a race. It's like, oh, I know that, I've seen it, or no, what do you think it is? Like we all get very excited about
that little piece. Like it's barely, you barely see it.
Yeah,
like you could use just a piece of styrene.
I mean, like the photos used to build it are almost all from the same angle, which, as you know, can be deceptive. So I firmly believe that if I one day get to see it rotated and from the other angle, I'm going to be like, oh, I fucked up here, here. Like, because it looks good like this,
Right.
but it doesn't look good like that. And if I moved it, it would still look good like this and like that. You know what I mean? Like,
I'd love to see the other side, but you know.
me too. I'm dying. Yeah. I'm holding out on painting it, hoping that like something happens. Like,
Oh, really? No, I'm painting it for sure.
I'm gonna have
I'm
to
trying to
paint
get
it.
rid of this window up here on my. I'm not real great with my Mac. Oh God, why can't I pull that up? Yeah, those pictures are really cool, and they show a lot from the one side, but
I don't think we're I honestly don't think we're missing much, but I think I probably interpreted a couple things slightly wrong. And by slightly, I mean like, is it worth rebuilding now? Probably not. But
no,
you know,
no, it's definitely not.
and you got one of the vacuform pulls I did, which is I'm considering like the prototype, not the resin felt. Like, was that easy enough to work with?
Oh yeah, it was definitely great. I'll take that any day.
Okay.
Yeah, I was really happy with. I'm like I told you before. I'm not a huge fan of resin casts. I just would rather work on.
Oh, and you're mounting from the bottom.
Yes, I am. Marvin and I both are.
Oh.
Let me see if I can. I'll bring up some pictures of it so we can chat about it. Still, oh, not that. Let's get rid of that. How do I get rid of that? Share, unshare. Okay. Yeah, I honestly, I just didn't like it mounted from the top. And I was just like, I think I want to mount it from the bottom because I may mount it with I may display it with the big one.
Yeah. Well, it's funny when you came over and I was showing you, like, I was like holding it like from the top. I think I'm gonna do this. Like, the look on your face, you're like, nah, dog, I'm not doing that.
No, I really was. I knew I wasn't going to do that.
You're
I
like,
saw
no.
it. I saw it in the on the in the pictures that it was top mounted, and then I saw you had top mounted it as well with the wires coming out the top. And I'm like, no, that's not for me.
Yeah.
It's just not okay. How can I scroll over with my? Can I scroll over with my? Fook.
What are you trying to zoom?
No, I'm trying to bring up a picture and then go to the next picture. I
Oh,
know that.
that's
Don't you
advanced.
just? No, I think it's
What are you sharing from? What program are you looking at pictures in?
my camera uploads. I think I figured it out. So here,
Usually just left or right arrow, I think.
yeah, you have to bring it up with a space bar first, though. You can't click on it and then
Right.
Oh, where's my window?
And they'll change that with the next update and make you furious.
Ah, now it's not coming up. Oh, there it is. Okay, we'll do it this way. We'll do it the easy way. So, like, and the other thing is here where these wires are at, like, mine have the heat sink shrink on it. That
Yeah, I did surgery and moved all those to the other end of the wire, which is so much more work.
Oh, there it goes. It worked. Yeah. Well, Marvin actually did too. He's cutting his and soldering them, and I thought about it, but I'm just like, you know what? Like, that's a lot of work just for.
It's a lot of work. It was hard with my hand too, because like I'm all like shaky, like trying to solder shit. Nothing makes me more humble these days than trying to solder. It's really sad. That's a nice mount spot.
Yeah. It's the only really flat spot that you can do.
Yeah, you're not blowing out any detail, really.
No, and even these forks on whatever this part is wrap around it.
Yeah.
And then I put a M4 bolt nut inside this box and epoxied it in there.
Cool.
I can't go too deep because if I screw it in too deep, I didn't think about this, but it like kind of like grinds into the 3D printed base that's underneath all this, right?
Yeah.
But I don't plan on cranking on it. You know what I mean? So
right.
It's this part right here, like right here where this you have to like raise this up high enough, and this
Yeah.
this has to get raised up high enough that it's not too high but nice and flat.
See where
And
you're pointing with the pointer at that other black Veerling part, that
yeah, right
rectangle
here.
with the little
Yep.
I just put that there because it's on the other side. I'm not even sure if that's actually there. Like, because there's just
It's there.
no. It is there. Okay,
It is there. Yeah, yeah, it's
good.
definitely there.
I don't know if you get into like this weird zone when you're building something and you don't have the data, but you're like trying to inhabit the mind of the builder, and it's like it feels like this would be a smart thing to do, make it symmetrical.
Yeah,
Like,
sometimes you have to like think
think
ahead a
like
little.
them.
Yeah, think
Yeah,
like them and be like, yeah, this is probably the best thing
yeah,
for
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it worked out good.
Ooh,
I really and one thing, let me see if I can bring up that picture. Hopefully I can.
tiny tuna.
Let's do away with this. So I can, nobody needs to see my pictures. I was able to move it before, but nope, can't do it that way. Damn it, I wish Aaron was here. He would tell me how to do this because he's my dude. How do I move over? Okay, moved. Oh, that's why, because I gotta go down and over. All right, that makes more sense. Okay. Some things don't really do well with, don't make a lot of sense. So where was it? What was I talking about? Now you're not gonna fucking work. Okay, there it is. Here, up in this area.
Yeah.
So I had glued this part on first. Like I kind of followed your Patreon, and then I tried to tuck this piece in right here, this one, and glue it to this piece right here. And I was like, well, this ain't freaking working at all. I took this off so I could glue this to the bottom of this. And so if you're following in the order on the Patreon, like remember to do this. They probably won't, but like this was a little bit difficult to get on here.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly how there were a couple moments where I'm like holding something and like trying to glue it and holding it and being like, oh Christ.
Yeah.
And like I made it like you did probably. I made a couple sub assemblies first in that front and then just glued the whole thing down. Mostly because I needed to work on, spacing and everything. A lot like it was like a weird, quick, fast version of doing the big transport where it's like 3D chess Jenga,
Yeah, specifically in here, getting the height right is good. Marvin gave me shit because I got a glue thumbprint there, right? He gave me.
Hey man, that makes it Star Wars.
There's DNA in there, which is and
sure,
I did
hair in mine.
you know what's funny? You know what I did? I the part that we were talking about, that gun barrel, what is it? Is it gun shell? The mortar shell that you scratch built.
Yeah.
So I actually cut that part out of the sprue and filed it down so it looked like yours. And then I'm looking on the ref, the pictures that are on the of the real thing, and I'm like, hold on a second.
Yeah.
I just filed all that stuff down to make it look like Jason's.
But
this is the real part. Like, what am I doing here?
No, that's why I was like, hey, I think I just found you. I was like,
yeah. So it looks like Brian Sadler is planning on doing let's see, he said, I'm on board with Baby Tuna. I hope I have all the kits mentioned, just waiting for the castings from Mike.
Cool.
Yeah, he's gonna start his.
And he's got the LEDs figured out.
Yeah, thanks to Chris and a few others. I'm chomping at the bit to get started. That's the thing. Like it seems, you talk about these things and people get gassed up and they want to do it. Like that's kind of what I'm a little hopeful to get myself back into the swing of things.
All the cool kids are doing it. Yeah.
I'm not a cool kid. But yeah, it's in primer mode right now. I'm going to paint it. And I'm going to paint it like the big tuna.
Cool.
And then, I still will keep the pencil lines.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right. I got to go.
Okay, man.
But I hope this juices you up a little bit.
I think it will.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
I'm actually planning on just being in the shop all day today. I'm not answering.
That'll probably do wonders. It always does for me.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
And surprisingly, there's 19 people on a spare the moment show that there was no plans for. So, and hopefully we'll get to do more. I don't know how many more morning shows I'll be able to do because I don't even know that my new job I'll be able to do morning shows, but I'll still get home in time to do stuff in the shop. So
yeah, cool.
Yeah, we'll see. Right. We'll try to keep them going.
Sounds good.
All right, man.
Cool. I'll talk to you soon. All right.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.